Welcome to the Smooth Force Podcast. I am Lamar, your host, and I have the pleasure to introduce Kiana Yanni McCrory. How are you doing, Kiana?
Hello, guys. How are you? I'm doing
Um,
phenomenal, actually. Thank you for asking.
Good, good. Thank you for being on the Smooth Force Podcast. You are a special guest. You are a serial entrepreneur. I mean, when I say
Yes.
serial entrepreneur, yes, you are the definition of a serial entrepreneur. You're the owner, CEO of Fitness by Yanni LLC,
hmm
KD Legends LLC, CEO of Prison to Profits, and
Yes.
YanniWealth.com. That's a lot.
Yes.
And I see
Thank you.
behind you, you're welcome. And I see behind you, you have a book. You have several copies of your newest book,
Yes.
of your book right there,
Yes. My book just came out 3 weeks ago.
Prison to Profits. And I can't have you on the
Yes.
podcast without showing you that we have it right here. So everyone, so everyone, please go out there, support Prison to Profit by Yanni. I believe it's on available on Amazon and
Yes.
YanniWealth.com. Go there and you can find it.
Yes.
So I know that I'm sure a lot of people on Instagram, they already know you. They know you into fitness. They know you into health.
Yes.
They know
Yes.
that you're into all of that. So let me start off with that before we get to the other side, the other businesses that Yanni is into. Okay. So my first question is, were you first of all, how long have you been into fitness?
I would say I've been into fitness, meaning I stepped foot in the gym for the first
Okay.
time, retro fitness at
Retro
19 years
fitness.
old. Yes, it was
Okay.
retro fitness
Okay.
at 19. So I've
Okay.
been always slim my whole life, but then I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to gain weight. I wanted to build muscle. So I
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
19.
Okay. So my next question that you kind of answered a little bit was, did you always have a nice physique? Did you have to work towards it, or
Well,
how
I
was it?
would say I definitely had to work towards it because I was always
Okay.
skinny. You know what I mean? Like I was
Okay.
always skinny. I
Okay.
really had no butt, just very little bit of it, and
Okay.
no muscles in my legs or anything like that. So I always thought, let me go to the gym, let me eat a little more, and I
Okay.
can build the body that I want. So no, I never always had it. Definitely not. Um, so yeah, I had to start going at like 19, but I wasn't taking it serious like compared to actually when I got a trainer myself for
Okay.
the first time. I was just playing.
Okay. You was just playing, yeah. Then
I was
you
just
took
playing.
it. Then you took it a little more
Yeah,
serious
then I took
and
it way more
stepped up.
seriously.
Got
I
you.
saw the
Got you.
discipline that it took and the consistency, you know. So that's what it is
Definitely.
too.
Definitely. Definitely. I
Yeah.
saw a post. So let me ask you this question. Okay. Cardio versus weightlifting. What do you side on?
110% weightlifting, weight
Yes.
training, as I would
Yes.
say,
Yes.
is totally
Mm-hmm.
for me, and just the benefits. And like I said, everyone has different goals, everyone has different
True.
bodies. But for me personally, to get to the goals that I wanted to accomplish and to achieve them, a hundred
Okay.
percent, I definitely needed the weight training for sure.
I'm gonna say this to the ladies. Everyone, I'm sure a lot of ladies follow you already. They know about Yanni, Fitness by Yanni, and they
hmm
see your physique, and
hmm
no one will ever look at your physique and say, "Oh, that's a manly physique." No one will ever, ever, ever say that.
Right,
Okay, and you
right.
have a post, and you're deadlifting. I believe you're deadlifting 275 pounds, and you do it for two.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so I need for you to tell the ladies. 275 pounds is
Right, right,
heavy.
right,
It is
right.
heavy.
It
Can you
is.
just for one quick second just tell the ladies,
Yeah.
stop being afraid of the weight. It's not gonna make you look manly. It's going to bring out your feminine qualities. Can you please just
Right.
tell them? Yes.
110%. I'm actually a big advocate of this, especially as a trainer myself, a former trainer myself. I've always hear from a lot of women, I don't want to lift heavy weight. I don't want to look like a man. I don't want your muscles to be big. Honey, you can lift
Mm-hmm.
weight 3 to 5 days a week for years and years and years. 10 years,
Yes.
15 years. You will not get that manly
Yes.
physique that you think
Yes.
that you're going to get. Not at all. Okay, consistently I've been training for over 10 years, and granted
Okay.
it's been on and off with many
Okay.
different forms of training, but when it comes to
Okay.
weightlifting, if you
Mm-hmm.
are not taking like supplements or any type of extra steroids, which I don't promote or anything like that, there's no
Same here.
way that you are going to look like a man. If anything, you are going to build the muscle you want. You are going to build the physique that your body
Yes.
always probably desired. So you want to get
Yes.
those muscles because we're women at the end of the day. We don't have testosterone like men do. So we don't have to worry about any of that as far as heavy lifting goes. I'm heavy on the weightlifting. If you want to build that
Excellent.
booty, you want to build those muscles, and you want to look sexy, you're still going to look sexy. Lift those
Late
weights, ladies.
ladies, you heard it. Yanni said it. No excuses now. No more excuses. Yanni said it.
Now,
Lift your
lift those
weights.
weights. Lift those
There we go.
weights.
Show the guns. There you go. I like it. I like it. And you
Lift those
actually said
weights.
something. You actually said, I don't know if this was your quote or you saw it somewhere, but you said
All right, tell
genetics.
me.
Yeah, genetics is a loaded gun. Your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Okay.
Yes, that was me.
That was
I
you?
said
Okay.
that. Yes, that was
Okay.
me. That was me.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
it's 100% true. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like you can say you're gonna do anything, and a lot of people have goals, but without execution, you know what I mean. You're really not gonna get anywhere. So just little baby steps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Make those baby steps and make those changes in your life because health is wealth. Okay, I'll be the first one to tell you right now. Health is
That is a
definitely
true.
wealth.
That
And
is that is
continue
the
to
truth.
start and over and over. A lot of people I meet too always say like, how do you stay consistent? How do you stay motivated? Sometimes we all lose motivation. The best of us do that. It's the
True.
consistency and the discipline that you literally have to put yourself. It's the days that you don't want to go, that you literally still get up and make that commitment and just program yourself. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're 100% correct.
Yes.
It's not easy.
Yes.
No matter how long you've been training. I've been training for a
Right.
long. I've been in the gym for over 20 years, and
Um,
there's definitely days that I just don't feel like going.
right.
There's definitely days that I do go, and I don't have that energy to lift as hard as I would like. And there's also days where I don't feel like going, but I do go, and I have a phenomenal workout. So
Right.
it's just you just have to get that discipline and just tell yourself, let's do it.
Right.
Let's
Right.
build. Let's
Right.
do better, and so on. So
Yes.
let me ask you this question right here.
Yes.
I could talk to you
Ask
all day
away.
about fitness, but
Right. Let's do
I'm
it.
excited. But I'm also excited about you being that serial entrepreneur. I'm excited
Thank
about your
you.
book. I'm excited about all of
Thank
that
you.
stuff. So we know Yanni, the fitness person.
Yes.
We know her.
Definitely.
She's a beautiful person. She's a fit
Right.
person. She's a motivating person. I want to move a little bit into that entrepreneur Yanni. Okay,
Nice.
so
Nice.
let me ask you this. Okay,
Yes.
what would you say to the individual who
Mhm.
wants to make a positive change in her life or in their
Yes.
life, but is hesitant due to the feeling of abandonment of her old self?
That's a good question. I like that.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly, the advice I
Mm-hmm.
would give to younger women or to younger men when it comes
Okay.
to wanting to make that step into entrepreneurship, and, like I said, a
Okay.
lot of people are scared. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're fearful for so many reasons. I would say literally just do it. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Literally, like take that extra step of execution to get it
Okay.
done and roll with the punches. Do it scared. Do
Mm.
it when you have those doubts. When I started my book, when I started this book, Prison of Prophets, I was very, very scared to do it. I actually cannot believe that I'm here right now as far as telling the world the things that I've done, the things that I've always been ashamed of. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, lo and behold, obviously, Prison of Prophets, I was incarcerated. And I honestly
Okay.
feel like I found my passion while being incarcerated, my passion for fitness. Back to fitness a
Okay.
little bit, if you don't
Okay. That's
mind.
fine. That's fine.
Um, I was always working out when I was younger, but I got really serious about it while I was incarcerated. I
Okay.
gained actually 90 pounds
Oh
while I
wow.
was incarcerated. Yes, a
Wow.
lot of ramen noodles, a lot of commissary. I
Yeah.
was eating a lot. So, with
Okay.
that being said, just very uncomfortable. Not my athletic self that I knew. So, I started to work out very hard while I was incarcerated. And
Okay.
I started to like train other women while I was in there. So I basically
Mm.
came home and done the same thing as far as my inspiration on why I became a personal trainer. You know what I
Oh
mean?
wow.
And back to entrepreneurship, I came home in 2016. I didn't have much going on at all. I had to basically start all over. I was in tremendous debt. And, fitness was
Oh wow.
actually all I had and all that I
Mm.
had to look forward to. As
Wow.
far as the transition went, I was always in the hospitality industry. That's where I got in trouble. So when I came
Okay.
home, it was just like fitness, fitness, fitness.
Wow.
And even when getting employed at Equinox, I always stood off maybe for a few months, Fitness by Yanni, but not knowing anything about business, not having a business plan, not
Mm.
having a business account, not doing any of that. I still very scared, convicted felon, took that leap of faith and got that Fitness by Yanni LLC and was like, I want to be an
Wow.
entrepreneur. I'm going to do this. I didn't know what I was doing, but that was my
Wow.
first step. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes you just have to do it. Like if you tell yourself you're going to wait for that plan, you're going to wait till you educate yourself more, the time will never really come. You know what I mean? So you really have to just do it while you're scared. Do it while you're fearful. Do it while you know that when do it while even if you don't know what you're doing fully, you know what I mean, take that first
Yeah.
step because that first step right there will hopefully will motivate you to then want to educate yourself to be like, okay, I got this LLC, what do I do next, you know what I mean, and just keep going. So I always just say do it, do it
Do it.
without knowing anything, do it scared,
Do it.
do it, you
I
know.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that. A lot of motivators. There's a lot of motivators on YouTube, and
Mhm.
they say something similar to what you say. Just do it. Just
Yeah.
do it. You can't. Sometimes some folks want to over research to the point where they just never do it, or they're just doubting themselves to the
Right.
point that they just never do what they want to do.
Right.
So I agree with you. Just do it. Just do it.
Yes.
And and you did it. And look where you are now.
Right.
It's phenomenal. It's
Thank you.
it's phenomenal. So let me ask you this. So you said I
Mhm.
think you said 90 pounds. You gained 90 pounds. So
Yeah,
all
I
those cars
did
on those cars. So
everything like very
it
bad way. Like I didn't gain the weight the healthy way. It was while I was
okay.
incarcerated, the food that they give us
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the best food. But then
Okay.
we were able to get 35 pounds of food from the outside from our
Okay.
family. So with that
Okay.
being said, I had a lot of support on the outside. I was getting
Nice.
pounds of food every week from my
Oh
family.
good.
And I
Good.
was
Good.
eating, okay?
Your food
I was
is good.
eating a
Listen, we
lot.
love
Just
food.
depression, eating, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
Now, was do you think fitness played a role in getting you out of that depressed state? I know, you know, did it change anything or what?
110%. So I
Okay,
feel like that's the one of the main reasons why I gained a lot of the weight is because when I was just understanding my situation and what I
okay,
was going through and actually sitting in the cell and just crying and really feeling what I was going through made me extremely depressed. So because of that, I feel like one of the things that helped me was eating. You know what I mean?
mm,
So I definitely, mind you, I was working out prior to being
okay,
incarcerated. And
okay,
even when I got in there, it totally stopped. I was not working out. I was just eating. I was depressed. I had so much going on as far as just like my I felt like my life was over. I just
Oh
got
wow.
sentenced for 1 1/3 to 4 years. The last
Oh
thing that was
wow.
on my mind was really working out. So I would say
Wow.
my first 6 months incarcerated, I ate a lot,
Okay.
and with all of the food from home and even in there, I just was binge eating as a form of just comfort for
Okay.
myself with dealing with the depression. But then
Hmm.
in the middle of my incarceration, I just called my family a lot. My grandmother gave me a lot of faith as far as
Good.
just stay strong, keep moving regardless of what happens in your life. And
Hmm.
I definitely just like listened to her and believed everything she said. So
Good.
then, I
Good.
just had that faith to move forward. And then I
Okay.
started to work out little by little. I feel like it was my 7th to 8th month being incarcerated where I started to work out again. And yes, that's what helped my depression 110%. Like
Good.
I needed it. Even till today, like I just feel like working out is like therapy for me. It's something that's a
Yes.
lifestyle. It's something that's my
Yes.
passion. It's something that I
Yes.
need to do even though I'm pivoting right now and I got a lot of other things going on for myself personally. I listen, health is wealth,
It
okay? And
is.
whether
It
with
is.
eating healthy and just like for me personally, like I said, the gym is not for everyone, and that's
Okay.
fine too. You can do workouts
Hmm.
at home, you can eat
Of
healthy, and
course.
you can make it work for yourself. But me, I love the gym and I'm always going to be in the gym. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
I just feel like, yeah, to back to answering your question, I needed 110% just like the mindset and the mental to start working out again to really get me through, my bid and what I did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it
Yeah.
makes sense. I agree
Yoga.
with you.
Working out and yoga.
Yoga.
Those are the two things that really got me through it,
I'm glad you said
honestly.
yoga. I'm glad you said
Yes.
yoga because I've done yoga once, but I actually tried Bikram yoga, hot yoga. Have you ever
Oh,
tried hot yoga? Hot
all right.
yoga.
So here's the thing. I've tried Bikram. I mean, I've tried hot yoga so
Okay.
much,
Okay.
which is also called Bikram yoga. And it's so
Yes.
funny you say this because with me just being a yogi myself, with meeting
Okay.
people, I feel like a lot of first timers start with hot and
Okay.
Bikram, which worries me a little because that's the most
Yeah.
like it's one of the most extensive, strenuous
It
ones.
is. It
So it's just
is.
like if you are experiencing that for the first time, a lot of people get fearful and they don't want to go back. And I'm just like, no, like I feel
It's
like you should be definitely a little bit more experience and maybe a little bit of an expert and then do hot and Bikram. I always
yes.
tell people they should try hatha or vinyasa
Okay.
yoga, which are types of yoga I take. You could do beginners, which helps with the mindset, the clarity, the flexibility
Yes.
part of it. So it's a little different than hot, and I recommend
Okay.
it. Okay, guys,
Okay.
do those other
Yeah.
yoga classes, please.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then take it from there. Always start with beginner if you're new because they're
Okay.
really catered to you. And they don't go too hard at all. So I always
Good.
recommend that.
Good.
Love yoga. I have yoga
Yeah.
tattoos on my body.
Yeah. You had them on. I think on your is it in your
I
stomach?
do. I do. I
Yes.
have right here. See
Yes.
the yoga
Yes.
tattoos?
Nice. Nice. Yes. Yes. Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
you really into it. You really into it.
Listen, I
That's
tatted
nice.
on me so you know it's real.
It's real. It's real. I like
It's
that. I
real.
like that. I'm thinking about getting a yoga instructor on this podcast just because I thought about it and I was like, yoga is so beneficial
Hmm.
for the body, and I've done regular yoga a handful of times. I've done the
Yes.
hot yoga a few more times than regular yoga. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, let me tell you my
Would
story
love to hear
with
it.
hot yoga. Okay. For me, yes. For me, I can only do hot yoga.
Hmm.
I live in New York. I can only do hot yoga
Okay.
in the winter because it is so
Yes.
taxing. It is so taxing. I did it the first time that I've done it. It's
Yeah.
110 120 degrees in the room and you're in there for 45 minutes to an hour or something like that, and it's so taxing that I
Yeah.
almost don't like it, but then when I get out I
Hmm.
feel so fresh, I
Right.
feel so good that I want to
Right.
do it again. And I guess it
Yes, it
detoxifies
does.
the body. It just works
Mm,
the muscle.
it does.
Especially as
Me
weightlifters,
too.
you need flexibility is important.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
it's
happy you
great.
like
I love it.
it.
We need to do that.
It's a good
So
review.
Yeah, you
like that.
definitely. I want to do that. So let me ask you this. 'Cause you say
I
you put on
did.
90 pounds from while you was incarcerated. Uh, what did you do to help drop that weight?
Okay.
You know, how did
Okay.
you help drop
So,
that?
well, how I dropped the weight was when I knew I had parole. So here's where it started, where I told myself, I'm on a diet
Okay,
today. This is where I am
okay,
going to be
okay,
mindful of everything that I'm eating. And this is while I was still incarcerated, actually. I realized how much weight I gained there. Like,
okay,
I made my parole board. So once I made my parole board, they were just like, all right, you're going home in 60 days. And, I went to the doctor, got like a regular physical checkup. And I realized that I gained so much weight. And it's just like, we don't
okay.
have full body mirrors there or anything like that. So I didn't even know that like I literally
Oh
gained all this
wow,
weight, didn't even see it
wow,
within
wow,
myself until like the scale
oh
told me.
wow, wow.
Um and the
Mm,
hospital, the
okay,
jail doctor, basically. So with that being said, I had 60 days
okay,
to go home. Very happy about that, but very insecure
okay,
about my weight. So I think the first
okay.
thing I started to do was I stopped eating in the middle of the night. So that is something that I was doing
Yes.
that definitely made me gain weight is eating in the middle of the night, and it made it so easy because everything I owned, including my food, was underneath my bed. So it's like we had my cubicle, yeah. So my
Oh
cubicle,
wow.
like my refrigerator, was underneath my bed. So can you imagine?
Oh wow. Yeah,
You didn't have
you
to
just
get
grab
out.
you just grab what you
You didn't
want
have to get
as
out.
you're laying
So
down.
therefore, that was my first
Exactly.
step. I stopped that. You were
Yeah.
like, I don't care how hungry you are, how sad you're feeling, or want to feel for yourself. Like, no, we are not picking up anything after 9 p.m. Like 9 p.m. is my
Nice.
cutoff time that I
Nice.
have for
Nice.
myself. Dinner was 7. I'll probably pick something at 8, but like at 9, that
Okay.
was it. And that was big for me because I used to eat at 11. I
Good.
used to eat
Good.
at 1
Good.
in the morning, 11 p.m., 3 a.m. Like I
Oh
said, right
wow.
underneath my
Oh
bed.
wow.
So it's to the point I really had to stop that. So that was part one.